So, Valentina, my question would be like, what are the tools that you use for creating the data comics? Like, for not just for the the data part, the visual part of it, but even the characters when you are creating. What are the tools that you use?
Okay, so for digital comics, I use Procreate to illustrate, to make the illustrations and the characters. And I also use Lograph, that is a tool for data visualization to make the data visualization very precise. But I also illustrate also over the data part so that I can change the aspect and also the visual aspect of the visualization. So for digital comics, I use these tools, but also Illustrator and Photoshop I have used for this project. But it's like also with paper and pen, we can also easily do data comics, because data comics are like have a urge to communicate. So it's like it's not the tools that you use, but the meaning that you are sharing with your audience, because it's something that has a social impact, a very strong social impact. So also making it digital is like way better, because you can easily share these projects. But also with paper and pen, you can have an impact, because it's like something that belongs to you and inspires you. So I encourage people to make the comics, because it's like when I discovered them, I was wow, that's my thing, because I like to illustrate, I like the tweets, and this is a perfect match between the tweets and illustration. But I think that there are obviously different types of the comics, dynamic the comics, static the comics, but it's like a new field, and we want to explore much more about this world. And for me, it's like I'm probably one of a little group that makes the comics all around the world, but it's like something we can do together to make this community grow, and also to grow our social impact and social interest about these complex themes.
I know this is like a great way, and as you said, just a pen and paper would do too, I mean, that sounds amazing because that makes it accessible to all kinds of age groups, and you don't have to be like a specialist in any kind of tool to, get started. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, Valentina, now we have a few questions from our community. So, if it's okay with you, can I ask you?
Yeah, sure. I'm very
Okay.
glad.
Yeah. So Amber wants to know that which tool was easiest and most challenging to learn as a beginner, and have you noticed any changes in the world of data visualization since you first joined it?
Okay, so it's like a difficult topic, because data visualization is like, yeah, something free, something about also illustration and the human being, because we produce data. But it's like when you're a beginner, you have to learn about tools that you have to use for make a data visualization. And maybe the easiest tool is maybe Excel. That I know that it's something old now, but Excel or Rograph for me it's something that I can easily understand, because maybe when you are a beginner, you have to start with the tools that you have learned from your past. So I mean, when I was in high school, I used to learn Excel. So Excel was my first data visualization inspiration. Then the market also has changed, fortunately. And now there are many tools and other tools that are very easy to understand and to learn. Also, Tableau is very a visual instrument, a visual tool, so it's very easy to make visualization. Yeah, obviously, basic visualization are very easy to do with this tool. Complex visualization are more difficult to recreate. And another tool that I suggest is also Illustrator, because also with Illustrator we can make some basic charts, and we have the possibility to also to create our visual vocabulary. So it's like very inspiring to create a visual form that is our visual form. So it's something that doesn't exist maybe in Excel, Zograph, and also Tableau. You are creating a chart with visual forms that already exist.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some amazing works which people are doing in using Illustrator in Dataviz. I mean, it's awe-inspiring. You just sit and you just look at that visual and you're like, oh my God, how was this done? I want to do it too. So I can totally relate to that. We have a question from Raz. He wants to know that do you have some thoughts on AI plus data viz? And I've seen some nice features come into Tableau over the years, like recommending chart types for specific columns. Are there similar things that you have found interesting or you're hoping that AI might help with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan because when I work with Tableau, for example, I like to make my visualization without, for example, the show me button. I think it's very easy and it's very useful for people that are beginner. So we have something that is suggested by the tool, and it's like a great suggestion because it's not as easy as we think sometimes to choose the right visual form, the right graph, the right chart for our data. So it's something that is useful when you are a beginner, but I think that when you are into database for long, or when you have the ability to think outside the scheme. So when you understand your situation, when you understand your variables, you are also um, in like the position to choose what you are looking for and what you want to represent with your chart. So I think that AI in this field is very important because it suggests big um, that have big suggestions, because when you are like in a difficult situation, a complex situation, you can have a guide, but it's not the right solution to. It's not like a substitution of our work. You have the question and then you have the answer in a few seconds, but it's not like the same as our brain, because we can understand a whole situation. And I don't know, for me it's like a difficult topic, but I didn't have thoughts, complex thoughts about it yet. But and also an interesting thing is that I don't know in your country, but in Italy now there isn't ChatGPT because they have suspended it for privacy reasons. And so it's like strange also this fact.
Okay, that's actually good, because I mean, I don't know if I should say this, but I think AI comes with a lot of responsibility, so it's better to be cautious and have laws
Yeah.
in place before we rampantly start using it everywhere. So I can totally understand that.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah. And thank you, Valentina. It has been like amazing talking to you. And I've learned so much from you, and I'm totally in awe of your work, and it's been really exciting. So thank you so much for joining us today and for giving us your time.
Thank you, Archie and Joanna. It's like a pleasure to be here and to tell my story to people. And I mean, maybe my work can inspire someone. And I hope that many people are interested in this topic and continue to follow their passion and their path. So for me, database is something about a various disciplines. So it's like if you have this passion, but also other passion, you can try to combine and to mix this passion to make something new. So comic and data, but also also art and data, also everything that you are passionate about, and data for me is something new and something that can inspire also other people with the greater passion and different passions.
And Valentina is also a part of our Discord community, so please feel free to say hi to her there and get to know more of her work. And we'll be sharing the link. So thank you, Valentina. It was awesome talking to you. Thank you so much for all your time.
Thank you.